The March and March leader Jacinta found out that her fellow leaders of the March and March movement went behind her back and met the president. Well, they didn't inform her about their meeting with the president. They literally betrayed her. And during the March and March, she was asked about it, and she seemed to be very emotional when asked about the issue.
I just want to reflect on something that I saw on social media. Have you been able to have a conversation with President Cyril Ramaphosa? Of course, I understand that March and March Associates and Ngizwe and Phakeni Mthakathi had a conversation with the president. Have you been part of any of those conversations? Have you met with the president?
No.
Were you aware of that meeting? And are you aware perhaps of what came out there? Of course, you do share the same sentiment. So have you engaged with March and March Associates about that meeting? Jacinta, thank you very much for your time this morning.
So her fellow leaders of the March and March didn't tell her about their meeting with the president. I actually think some people are doing this intentionally to put her spirit down, to put her spirit down. That's what I think is happening. I might be wrong, but that's what I think is happening. But she didn't let this, put her spirit down. She continued with the march. And she also revealed that if the government doesn't do anything about the illegal immigration that is happening in South Africa, they're going to have to march every Thursday. And during them marching every Thursday, during South Africans marching every Thursday, South Africans that support this movement marching every Thursday, she's giving the government 3 months to respond to the illegal immigration.
Look, even if it's 20, 30 people, but protest shall happen.
Can I clarify, is the protest for 3 months or 6 months?
Well, we're giving the government 3 months for the Thursday protest. Yeah, like I said, this thing is like you're in a boxing ring. Can't give out all your energy at once. I guess we did one energy 30th of June. Now we're on to round 2. And then we'll be on to round 3.
I want to now ask you, as March and March organization countrywide demonstration, what would you characterize as a success?
Look, I think it was an absolute success. I mean, even in Limpopo, where people were trying so hard to cause division between the movement and a certain tribe, we still managed to pull numbers. And for us, that means that the whole country is speaking in unison, that we're tired of illegal immigrants, wherever or whichever part of the country you're from. We're all just just asking for the government to give us a solution to the immigration crisis. And like I said, we saw that they've got these resources that they were flexing. So now it's time to put them to good use. I mean, right now the march has ended. What time is it? What time? It's after 4. I'm sure they've got a couple of hours to spare in their day to go house to house and remove all these people who are living here illegally.
When there are so many people in South Africa who are depending on social grants and could do the same domestic jobs. We want our people to be employed. We want them to run successful businesses. Where is the xenophobia in that? Is there anything that sounds like xenophobia from what I've said? So fellow South Africans, today almost all the tuck shops in our townships and rural areas are owned by foreign nationals, namely Pakistani, Somalis, Ethiopians. The economy that once belonged to our people, lawa uhamba khona uya kaNtombela uyothenga khona okadlala and buy there, it is now owned by Pakistanis. So, why is it that this has been happening? This economy belongs to our people and it has been hijacked. Thousands of children die in this country because of food poisoning. The rape of our children and the terrorism of our communities, yet nothing much is said about it. Mustn't you about the children that have died. Here is a remembrance of some of the children that died after eating ukudla that was poisoned from spaza shops. Until today, those children have never received justice. Many buildings in the CBDs have been hijacked by foreign nationals. In particular, we don't see the media covering those stories. They just want to be where the migrants are and ask them if they've had food. Have you had food? Have you had a bath? When we have serious issues going on in our country, buildings are being hijacked and taken over. So these buildings are taken over by Nigerians in particular. But when South Africans complain, they are told that they are xenophobic. When will the government listen to us, talk to us, and not go on TV to threaten us? Today, we do not have DJ Warriors, who is also on my t-shirt here. May his beautiful soul rest in peace. He was brutally killed for fighting against the taking over of buildings. When will the world and the media tell everyone about